Be ready. Start. Quite clearly, respondents number 4 to 9 in this application were aware of the fact that defendant number 1 had filed suit number 161 of 99. A mention was made in the plaint in suit number 161 of 99 that the present suit, that is suit number 425 of 93, was pending in this court. So, respondents number 4 to 9 in this application were also aware of the pendency of this suit. It appears that respondents number 4 to 9 in this application did not bother to find out the correct factual position with regard to the possession of the suit property or with regard to the interim orders passed by this court. Well before all this, and apparently expecting defendant number 1 to perform the agreement to sell, these 6 persons who are respondents number 4 to 9 in this application entered into an agreement to sell the suit property to respondent number 10 in this application. There appear to have been some disputes between respondents number 4 to 9 in this application and respondent number 10 in the application in respect of the suit property. Since there was an arbitration clause in the agreement between them, they referred the matter to arbitration. The learned arbitrator gave an award dated 7th January 1999, wherein he directed respondents number 4 to 9 in this application to hand over peaceful vacant possession of the suit property to respondent number 10 in this application. No objections appear to have been filed to this award, with the result that respondent number 10 in this application filed proceedings in the Calcutta High Court praying for a direction for the appointment of a receiver to take physical possession of the suit property. The Calcutta High Court passed an order apparently directing the receiver to take possession of the suit property. On 13th December 2000, the Calcutta High Court directed the police authorities to render all assistance to the receiver to take steps in accordance with the earlier order passed by the Calcutta High Court. When the receiver and the police authorities came to take possession of the suit property, L.K. Kaul became aware of the proceedings in the Calcutta High Court. It is submitted that there has been gross concealment and misrepresentation of facts by the defendant number 1 in the suit to respondents number 4 to 9 in this application. There has also been gross misrepresentation and concealment of fact by respondents number 4 to 9 in this application to respondent number 10 in this application. It is also submitted that there is also a gross concealment and therefore a misrepresentation of facts by respondents number 4 to 10 in this application insofar as the learned arbitrator is concerned. Consequently, there has also been a gross concealment and therefore a misrepresentation of the facts so far as Calcutta High Court is concerned. It is submitted that had all these facts been brought to the notice of the concerned parties as well as to the learned arbitrator and the Calcutta High Court, there would have been no question of any appointment of a receiver in violation of the orders passed by this court on 18th February 1993, read with order dated 31st January 2000. I am prima facie satisfied that defendant number 1 and respondents number 4 to 10 in this application are playing a cat and mouse game with this court. There has been a serious concealment and misrepresentation of facts by defendant number 1 in this suit. There has also been a serious concealment and misrepresentation of facts by respondent numbers 4 to 9 in this application insofar as respondent number 10 in this application is concerned. Respondents number 4 to 10 are at fault in not finding out what the correct facts are and making necessary inquiries in this regard. They appear to have deliberately misled the learned arbitrator and the Calcutta High Court in that these facts were neither disclosed to the decree holder nor to the arbitrator, and this question was not necessary to be gone into while executing the decree, and as such it was also not placed before this court, and this court, having not been apprised of such facts, had passed an order for taking over possession of the property. In the order dated 8/2/2001, the Delhi High Court had taken a note of this position. Be that as it may, it is not necessary to make any observation with regard to the findings made therein, nor this court can comment on the order passed by another court on the basis of the materials placed before it. But it appears that there is every possibility of conflicting orders being passed in respect of the self same properties between the parties, or those claiming through one or the other of them by two high courts. Judicial propriety demands that the court should maintain its decorum and dignity and should not pass any order which will lie in conflict with each other. It is the parties who may fight each other, but not the courts. If some order is passed, it is expected that another court should pay proper regards and respect to such order. Since it is pointed out that these facts were not disclosed before this court, therefore, what would have been the effect if these facts would have been disclosed before this court is a question which cannot now be presumed, but in all probabilities it sees that if these facts were disclosed before this court might have been slow in passing the order that had been passed earlier. Thank you.